Just tell us about the career now. What's next for you?
At the moment, I head back in a day or two, like back to the States, and just being there. It's a very quick trip, but he's running around. He's running around with his album, and I think I'll be touring in America in November.
What does that mean? Just when you say touring, how many?
Well, you go around. There's so many. It's a lot of. I love that. It's a lot of singing, and at the same time being able to write a lot of songs at the same time, ready for.
Have you done America before?
Have I done it? No. As in.
So you're singing.
Singing every single day is touring. Like we'll go. Sorry, I didn't explain it properly. We'll go to Louisville, Kentucky, and then you'll go to Buffalo, and you'll go to all the different places, and you go every single day. You're traveling on a 2-hour, 3-hour flight.
What are the Delta Goodrem sales like in America? What's the
Well,
fan
I
club
just
like
started.
in America, right?
I think
This is a big breakthrough for you.
no, absolutely. And it takes a lot of time. And I think people realise that it's, there's a foundation that has to be started, and for a longevity career in one place, you have to firstly lay the ground in a cement way, and you can't. It doesn't happen overnight. There's no chance. I think it'll still be another year before that people really start to get to know the songs, and it's been incredible, like thus far, and it really has been interesting to visit all the different places and see that a lot of people have had all the albums anyway, and there's a lot of people that new supporters that are just getting to know the songs and hearing the song on radio a lot more, and seeing the songs on VH1 and all those things. But it's just the beginning,
What do you do? Just because I know you've got to go, Delta's got a plane to catch. What do you do? You sit at the piano and play, or you write the words, or does the music come first before the words? What?
You know what? I tend to be somebody who has to be sitting at the piano for an hour or two. Every song, like even Believe Again, even though the production is quite bombastic into another place, when you actually strip it back, I started at the piano. It's just there in a very, raw way. It all starts very small, like just at the piano. I'll play and play and play. I'll have my computer or a dictaphone on, and I'll just play and sing, and sometimes it'll be very quick and the whole song will kind of write itself, or sometimes I'll have an idea and just a small little snippet of, da-da-da-da-da, and you'll go away and you go, I've got that in my head, and then I'll go back and think of a concept. And I mean, I'm always listening to conversations. I'm very interested in us as humans and how we all think and relate, and I think I love writing about life. That's been something I've always written about.
It's amazing. I once said to Elton, how do you do all of this? And he said, what do you mean? When I said, how? Just the very question I asked you, and he said, well, I see you answering all those letters, and I don't know how I do that. You just take one, because words, he sees the music and thinks, oh, what music would it, and he writes the music.
Yeah.
So it's just
everyone does it totally differently.
Yeah.
Everyone does it differently. I think there has to be. I find like Brian and I write completely differently. We are very different writers. But I've always sort of just like to have I like to be when no one's near me. I tend to be somebody who likes to be just by myself, sit at the piano, no inhibitions, just roll out everything that you're feeling, and then you can find something that I think has to be honest, because then when it's honest, it subconsciously relates. And over the years, like writing all these songs, it has been incredible to see people sing it back. That's when I get most such. Actually, it was before I'm talking. Blah, blah, blah.
No, you're not. It's beautiful. Now we get to do all day.
But I actually recently, it was so funny because I hadn't done it for I don't know, ever, and I actually came across, my friends were showing me some YouTube videos of all these different kids and people singing all my songs, and I hadn't really sort of sat down and taken the time and watched that before. And I started welling up, because I sometimes you have to be so strong and guarded and look after, be able to be strong, but at the same time, when you let those emotions in and see when people have really, and you really can connect, and it was amazing.
Ross is telling me I haven't asked her a very important question, because John McCain apparently some weeks ago was to be on the David Letterman show, and he pulled out, and Delta appeared on Letterman and apparently blew them away. Tell us about that.
It was actually a crazy episode to be on, because we'd arrived there and the security was so intense, and there was everywhere. There was just security everywhere with dogs and scans, and then halfway through
you thought I didn't think I was that important?
Yeah, I was like, gosh, I'm just an Australian girl. I'll let you know. Not that scary. And then halfway through, like just as we were about to go, I think he pulled out, and it was a bit of chaos.
But you did well.
It was actually exciting. I actually truly wasn't nervous anymore. I mean, a little bit, but at the same time, I was more excited that, I could...
If someone offered you a movie role,
yes,
would you do it?
It definitely, I mean, but at the same time, my heart and soul is in doing shows. I mean, I've got the tour in January, and that's, to me, is my heart and soul when I get up on stage and get to do a 2-hour show and sing for
Of
people.
your stuff?
Of my music. And that's really where my heart is.
Wonderful. Off you go.
So, okay, come on.
Okay, here she is. Isn't that beautiful? Listen to her. This is this beautiful, positive song. She says, believe. Have a listen to this. Hey?
You want to go back? Alan's such a legend. You never even have to say anything. He just says it. Like he says exactly all the things you need to say. He's a legend. Legend.